Hello everyone and welcome to Code with ABTech. Today I'm going to show you how to build a simple calculator with Python in less than 1 minute. First, I'm printing a welcome message that shows when the program starts. So here we go, print, welcome to Code with ABTech calculator. Okay. Then I'll be asking the user to enter the first number. I'm using float so that it can accept decimal numbers also. So we need to pass in a variable, which I'll be using num1. Then remember we are using a floating data type so that we can allow users to input decimal numbers. So float, then input. This allows us to capture the user's whatever the user is going to input, whatever number the user is going to input. Then enter the first number. Then next, I'll be asking the user for the operator. This tells the program what calculations the user wants to perform. Then operator, also passing a variable, operator equals input. Then enter operator. Enter operator. We have our plus, comma, minus, comma, multiplication, comma, with division. Then we ask the user to enter the second value. Then pass in another variable for the second value, num2. Then remember we're using a float data type, then float input to get the user input value. Then enter second number. Then after getting the second number from the user, now we want to write the logic that handles the calculation whenever a user tries to make a calculation. So now I'll be using the if statement to check if the user selected an addition or a subtraction or multiplication or maybe a division. So let's do that. Then if operator, remember I want to check if the user which operator the user is using to calculate whatever value he has inputted into our calculator. So equal to, check the first one, plus. If the user pick the addition operators, we want the program to do this. Print. We want it to print the result. Num1 plus num2. But what if the user did not pick the plus operator? Then we use the elif statement. Elif, then operator equal to we'll call for the minus operator. Then if it is the minus operator the user picked, then print, same thing we did there, result, then num1, then this becomes minus num2. Then what if the user did not pick either addition or subtraction? Then we go again, elif operator equal to multiplication. Then what if the user picks the multiplication operator? We'll do the same thing again. Result, then num1 multiplied by num2. Then what if the user does not pick any of this operator and the user goes for the division operator? Then elif again, then operator equal to our division. Then now there's something we are going to do here. What we are going to do now is we are going to check, that when you are working for the division operators, there's a 0 cannot be divided. So what if the value the user pick is 0? Then there's something we are going to do. So we need to check. It's a very important something you must take note of. So we are going to pass in another if statement in case the user inputs the 0 value. So if num2 is not equal to 0, print then result equal to num1 divided by num2. Else, if num2 is equal to 0, else print cannot divide by 0. Okay, that's it for that. Then the last part, which is if the users enter something that is not among our operators that we've looked at. If the user pick the addition value, what should happen? If he picks the multiplication value, what should happen? If he pick the division value, what should happen? What if the user did not pick any of the value? What if the user did not pick any of our operators? So what should we do? And that brings us to the else statement. Else, if the user did not pick any of the operators we have provided, then else print invalid operator. So that is how we can, and that's it. You just build a working calculator in Python. So let's quickly check out the code that we have just finished writing. So F5 to run my terminal. Let's wait for it to come up. Okay, good. Okay, so why is it not coming up? Okay, it says enter the first number. Enter the first number. So I will enter my first number. My first number is, let's say, 2. Then it says enter operator. I will enter the plus operator and enter the second number, 4. Here we go. It gives us 6. Then let's run it again. Let's check for division. The division sign that we use, if it's not divided by 0. So let's check for it. Let's quickly see what we have there. Okay, it's taking time to come up. Let's see. Let's wait a bit. And let's see it's going to come up. Not coming up. What's going on? Okay, here we are. Okay, welcome to Code With. So let's quickly check for the division sign, which we use that the if statement. If num2 is not equal to 0, so we'll say, let's say 30, then the division sign, then I enter the 0 value, and here we go, cannot divide by 0. So here we have it. It's just built a working calculator in Python. Follow Code with ABTECH for more beginners project like this. And thank you, and I will see you in our next class.